Here's how to recognize the three most dangerous people you'll encounter in a crisis. When the power grid fails, your neighbors become armed strangers, and trust is the first casualty. The world doesn't end with a sudden cataclysm, it fades into silence. No electricity, no rule of law, no emergency services, just you, your supplies, and a neighborhood full of people you thought you knew. But now they're driven by hunger and desperation, and some were already deeply troubled before the lights went out. Here's the stark reality no one wants to admit. People, not starvation, are the greatest threat. Within a mile of your home, three distinct types of individuals exist. You may not know who they are yet, but when the grid goes down, their true nature will emerge. And if you can't identify them within the first 48 hours, your chances of surviving beyond day 7 are slim. Don't worry, we're not hunting for food, we're hunting for predators. Type 1. The hollow man. He has nothing left to lose. Imagine a man who has lost his family, his home, his entire future. He stands amidst the ruins of his former life, and his eyes are devoid of emotion. Not sadness, not anger, just emptiness. That's the hollow man, and he's the most unpredictable threat you'll face. Why? Because the concept of consequences no longer applies to him. He has no family to protect, no future to plan for, no reason to hold back. When someone has nothing left to lose, they're capable of anything. Stealing your last can of food, torching your shelter, attacking you based on a mere rumor, and feeling no remorse. How to spot them? Look for erratic behavior, extreme mood swings that can change in an instant, calm one moment, screaming the next, reckless decisions, disproportionate rage over insignificant matters. If someone snaps at you for a simple glance, it's not just stress, it's a fuse about to blow. They'll also isolate themselves not in a "I need some space" way, but in a "I'm plotting something" way. They stop participating, stop talking, and just stare into the fire as if rehearsing their final act. How to handle them? Create immediate distance. Don't try to fix them. Don't play therapist. You're not qualified and they're not interested. If you must engage, use de-escalation techniques. Speak calmly, make no promises, and avoid challenging them. Let them feel heard without giving them any power. Sometimes that's enough to buy you time. But here's the harsh truth. Empathy isn't always enough. If they're endangering your group, you have to cut them loose. You can't save everyone, and if you try, you'll go down with them. Now let's examine type 2, the operator. Violence is his language. This could be an ex-military member, an ex-gang member, or even an ex-cop. The specific background doesn't matter. What matters is that he's comfortable with violence. He's done it before, he'll do it again, and he won't lose sleep over it. While everyone else is panicking, he's in his element. Chaos is his playground. He knows how to organize, how to intimidate, and how to seize control of resources and people. He's dangerous because he's violent, but he's lethal because he's strategic. How to spot him? Look for the physical signs, scars, tattoos, a particular way of moving. Shoulders back, eyes constantly scanning, always aware of exits. They project confidence even when everything is falling apart. That's not just bravado, it's experience. They remain calm under pressure, showing no panic or hesitation. They've been in enough fights to know that fear is a liability, and that makes them deadly. While you're trembling, they're calculating. How to handle them? Never bluff. If you try to act tough without the skills to back it up, they'll see right through you and exploit your weakness. Avoid direct confrontation. If you're forced to interact, offer something of value, information, trade, or alliance, without compromising your own position. These individuals respect strength, but they also respect usefulness. Be valuable without appearing weak. Establish boundaries early. Make it clear that you're not an easy target, but avoid issuing threats. It's a delicate balance. Stand your ground without provoking them into action. And if they're leading a group, be extra cautious. They're charismatic and inspire loyalty through fear and manipulation. They won't back down easily, so prepare for a long game. So now you know how to spot the hollow man and how to navigate interactions with the operator, the broken and the predator. But I said there were three. The third type is the one you'll never see coming. He doesn't appear broken, and he doesn't look like a killer. He appears to be a savior, the one offering help, organizing the neighborhood watch, and freely sharing his supplies. He cultivates trust and makes you feel safe. And once he's at the center of everything, once everyone depends on him, he'll own you. He doesn't need violence because he has control, and that makes him the most dangerous of all. Watch your back, but more importantly, watch who you trust. All right, let's talk about the one you never see coming. Type 3, the smiling predator. This is the most dangerous of all, period. Because they don't appear dangerous. They're friendly, helpful, offering you food, sharing their fire, and asking how you're holding up. All the while, they're studying you, learning your vulnerabilities, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. These people thrive on deception. They blend in seamlessly and might be your neighbor, a fellow survivor, or even someone within your own group. By the time you realize you've been played, your supplies are gone, or worse, you are. So how do you spot them before it's too late? Look for the subtle clues, the over-the-top charm. They're too eager to help and ask just a few too many questions about your supplies, your plans, and your weak points. They'll frame it as concern, but it's actually reconnaissance. Watch for stories that don't quite add up, details shift, and they get defensive when you inquire about their past. Liars always slip up. You just have to be listening. And here's a major red flag. They isolate individuals, engaging in private conversations away from the group. That's them testing loyalty, gathering intelligence, and planting seeds of doubt. A classic divide and conquer strategy. Handling them as a chess match. Don't confront them directly. They'll simply deny everything and turn the group against you. Instead, create distance. Protect your resources. Lock down your sensitive information. And if they're already embedded in your group, you have to make the difficult decision. Remove them before they cause the damage you know is coming. This isn't paranoia, it's survival. This brings us to the master skill. Reading people before they ever become a threat. This isn't about labeling people as good or bad. It's about understanding human behavior under extreme stress and using that knowledge to stay alive. First, observe past behavior. People with a history of violence or manipulation will always revert to it under pressure. If you know their background, use it to your advantage. Next, pay attention to stress responses. The person who's barely holding it together will lash out if pushed, while the one who's too calm might just be biding their time. And body language speaks volumes. Tense posture, clenched fists, avoiding eye contact or staring too intensely, nervous fidgeting, pacing, these are all signs of someone on the absolute edge. Also listen to their speech. Rambling, over-explaining, and asking too many personal questions are all red flags. The key is using this psychology to your advantage. If someone needs to feel in control, let them think they are while you quietly steer the situation. It's knowing when to push and when to pull back. And all this profiling is to protect your absolute lifeline. Your supplies. That makes them a target. So let's get tactical. Rule 1, don't advertise what you have. Blend in, dress like everyone else. Don't show off your gear or talk about your stockpile. Rule 2, secure your high-value items. Spread your supplies across multiple hidden locations. Bury caches. Use camouflage. Store food in unmarked containers. Wrap medical supplies in nondescript packaging. Rule 3, transport discreetly. Move supplies in small batches during periods of low activity. Timing is everything. And Rule 4, keep a detailed inventory. Know what you have, where it is, and how quickly you're using it. If something goes missing, you'll know immediately. Look, survival isn't just about stockpiling food and ammunition. It's about understanding the most dangerous variable in any crisis. People. The hollow man, the operator, the smiling predator. Each represents a different kind of threat. And if you can't identify them, profile them, and neutralize them before they act, all the preparation in the world won't save you. So stay sharp, stay suspicious, and remember that in the wasteland, trust is a luxury you can't afford. If the world collapses tomorrow, you'll know exactly who to avoid, and more importantly, who to eliminate. Welcome to the new world. Population, you.